Is love ever truly enough? Is love ever truly enough? We all wonder this in our relationships. And when we part ways, what makes us look back or move forward? And if 20 years down the line we cross paths with a person again, would we feel regret or find a sense of relief? Movies often hold a mirror to our own lives, and Past Life, this film, is one such film that resonates with us deeply. This film is not just a romance, it's a reflection of our own experiences. A year ago, Past Lives, directed by Celine Song, has bridged its cultures and emotions between Eastern and Western world with its raw and honest portrayal of love and life. Her dedicated portrayal of the love and relationship between three young people in New York feels refreshingly real and authentic, setting it apart in the romance genre over the past decade. Although I do see some critics have called it hollow, I personally find this film a breath of fresh air. No melodrama, no cheesiness, and certainly no cliche love triangle. Just lives that not lived, growing up, making choices, and letting go of the many versions of the past. I absolutely adore this film for its authenticity and simplicity. In a letter to audience, director Celine Song has revealed that Past Lives is inspired by her own life. Born and raised in Korea, she moved to Toronto with her family at the age of 12. She eventually relocated to New York City for her college and career, where she still lives with her spouse today. And growing up in an artistic family, her mother is an illustrator and her father is a filmmaker, has shaped her creative outlook. And from a very early age, she knew that she wanted to be a writer. The film is inspired by a real-life moment when Song found herself in a dimly lit New York bar with her white American husband and her Korean childhood sweetheart.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
Yes, that's the opening scene of this movie. With each man speaking their own language, the director Song had to act as a translator. And this moment, bridging East and West, past and present, English and Korean, made her realize that she holds this very powerful position to understand from both perspectives. Just like Song's own journey, the protagonist Nora in the film is an immigrant from Korea to New York during her childhood. And coincidentally, Nora's parents are also artists, making her character a reflection of Song herself.
Nora? Nora분?
And in this film, Nora's mom once said, "If you leave something behind, you gain something too." This philosophy is also revealed from the moment when Nora tells her Korean classmates that she wanted to leave Korea because Koreans cannot win Nobel Prize.
왜 가고 싶은데?
한국 사람들은 노벨문학상 못하.
This is a family driven by high ambitions and willingness to seek opportunities elsewhere in New York rather than settle themselves into comfort zone. Yes, Nobel Prize. Nora's dream seems a little far-fetched in Korea, but would it be an easy journey in New York? Migration entails uprooting your life and starting fresh, but no one can fully prepare you for the gradual transformation that comes with adapting to a new environment. We see this on the film's first day when the two daughters are exhausted and resting on the floor near the costumes window. Also, it's captured through the school scene where Nora feels like an outsider who struggles to fit in this new environment. While these challenges aren't explored in depth, but it's clear that there's more to endure on this new immigration journey. But anyways, I guess Nora maintains a strong relationship with her parents,
와, 엄마, 미쳤다.
which provides her with this emotional support that eases her transition in her teenagehood, so that Nora can remain focused on her dreams and become a screenwriter in New York. Her free spirit is a product of both a warm and supportive family and her own resilience and determination. She's a hardworking young woman with a bright future ahead, and at this stage, I'm genuinely excited for her. But we cannot overlook another key character in the movie, Hae-sun, Nora's childhood sweetheart from Korea. They shared a special bond in their childhood, but Nora's sudden leave left them without a proper goodbye. When fate reconnects them 20 years later on Facebook, these two young hearts start to beat again. The old spark reignites with initial awkwardness, which quickly melts away, replaced by a deep and growing affection. Their conversations are filled with joy and their smiles are simply unstoppable. The connection between them is stronger than ever. Greta Lee delivers a stunning performance, capturing the exhilaration of their first phone call, the subsequent video chats, and the tender moments, her smile, the blush, and the playful teasing. These are all very vividly portrayed, and seems like this is a young lady just falling in love. That's the bond forged 12 years ago, and it's never faded. It's a beautiful craft and portrayal of their reconnection. Although they cherish their time together, they never express their feelings clearly. I believe they still have feelings for each other, but 7,000 miles is just too much to endure for a relationship. Nora is very focused and serious about her career, while his son was raised in East Asia, where leaving everything behind to chase love over stability is just not encouraged or seen as crazy.
넌 언제 서울 안 와?
내가 왜 서울을 가?
So Nora makes her choice. She's an independent, ambitious woman who knows what she wants, and this long-distance relationship or even a potential relationship just won't work.
난 여기서 뭔가를 해내고 싶어.
When Nora brings up another breakup, it's not an easy decision for her either. For a moment, you can almost see this young woman still searching for love, holding on to a glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, his son might come to visit her in the US, might try harder to make this work. But deep down, she just knows that he cannot be that person for her. Both Nora and his son prioritize their own lives over their relationship, which is a harsh reality for a lot of people today. Nora agrees to take a break and hands up, wiping out the tears. It's a gut-wrenching moment, which is also her first real cry in the movie. It's raw and real, and it's also her choice. Sometimes love feels like it should be the ultimate force in our lives, but usually it's the reality that wins. We can't just sacrifice everything for love, for fantasy, and I imagine that's what she's telling herself when she made this decision. If that's the case, then it's a real disappointment, not just for her, but for all of us. On one hand, I admire her ambition and decisiveness, but on the other, it's also a stark reminder of the compromises a lot of people face today. It's so painful when I watch this because it's not that romantic ideal we hope for, it's the life choices we will have to make. Later, Nora meets Arthur, her future husband. They move in together to save on rent and marry for a green card. It's not that she married him solely for the green card, but she hastens the marriage to secure her place in the US. Despite her childhood ambition and proactive nature, I guess Nora finally makes these compromises as life unfolds. It's a tough journey, and life always has a way of teaching us the hard lessons. Another 12 years later, when his son visits Nora in New York, everything has changed. To him, Nora grows up and embraces her new life. She didn't achieve the Nobel Prize she once dreamed about 24 years ago, or the Pulitzer Prize she hoped for 12 years ago. For Nora, the harsh reality sets in when she realizes that she's just another person living in a regular life in a small New York apartment. It's not that she ruined her life, but like many of us, she hasn't quite lived up to the goals, the grand goals she set for herself as a child. And like many of us, she's just another normal person. And Hansong's life hasn't been without its struggles either. As he describes in the film, he is weighed down by the demands of work and societal expectations, marriage and career obligations and stuff. Those are deeply ingrained in Asian culture.
직업도 평범하고 수입도 평범하지. 모든 게 다 평범해.
So, did they ever truly love each other? I really think so. It's in the way their hands grip against the subway pole and the deep, unspoken connection in their eyes. The film captures this subtle but intense affection so beautifully. As an Asian myself, I have to say their feelings for each other are nuanced and restrained. We often keep our emotions hidden, no grand gestures or passionate displays, just a deep, unspoken sense of longing and resignation. It's kind of beautiful. There's a word for this feeling, mamina pi natapai, which originates from Yagan language. It's a dead language now. A romantic interpretation of the word is the look across the table when two people are sharing an unspoken but private moment, when each knows that the other understands and is in agreement with what's being expressed. An expressive and meaningful silence. And I think this word perfectly encapsulates the bond between Hansong and Nora. Now, across 7,000 miles, Hansong is just here to see the city she calls home. There's no real past for them to mourn and no future for them to anticipate. Their reunion after 24 years feels like a reflection of past lives. Inyan, something hard to see and grasp.
Yeah, wouldn't that make this Inyan?
The most intriguing thing everyone talks about is the end scene where Nora walks back from Uber. And it's here that the weight of missed chances and slight lingering regret finally becomes apparent. She almost fooled us that she doesn't care that much in the early part of the film. But in those last 2 minutes, as she waits for the Uber, her tough and ambitious exterior crumble. She watches Hansong leaves, and the tears finally come. As director Song has described, this scene mirrors Nora's journey, walking Hansong back to the past while she steps towards her future. Nora now understands this is the end of her story with Hansong, a final farewell to the past and the little ambitious girl she once was. Usually this would be where we wrap up since we've reached the end of the protagonist's journey, but let's take a moment to shine a light on Arthur, this character in film and the real-life Arthurs out there. He may not be the central hero. Yes, he himself describes his story with Nora is very mundane. However, he's a genuinely decent guy, devoted to Nora and always has her back. Arthur goes the extra mile by learning Korean just to be closer to Nora.
I think that's why I've been trying to learn Korean, even though I know it's annoying Korea.
He marries her, providing her with a green card, and even though he must have felt jealous when Nora can't stop talking about Hansong, he never let it show. He's a real gentleman, accommodating Nora's reunion with her childhood sweetheart, and poor guy even covering their bills in the end. The real standout moment is when he supports Nora when Hansong leaves, accepting her vulnerability without any hesitation. So Arthur is a true gem, a partner who genuinely deserves recognitions. I think Nora is incredibly lucky to have him. And as her mother said, if you leave something behind, you gain something too. And I do hope that in a different universe, the Arthurs out there will be truly cherished by their partners because they deserve a better story. Alright, the film is really refreshing, artistic, and it's also very authentic. The cinematography, the framing, the music all blend together, adding to its unique flavor. Watching this film is an absolutely satisfying and enjoyable experience for me. Nora's journey does not only mirror the director's own experiences, but also resonate with a lot of us. My only hope is when we face choices in our lives in the future, we can remain honest and appreciate those who accept us for who we are. And as always, this is Kyu's Film Diary. Thank you for watching. Hi there! If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and consider subscribing. Your feedback is important to me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on how I can improve my channel further. And whenever you have time, come back for more, because in this channel, we just want to relax, have a cup of tea, and enjoy a different journey in the cinematic world. This is Kyu's Film Diary. Thank you for watching. Bye!